With the conference as stacked as the Big Ten, schools like Michigan State often get overlooked. But I'm going to explain why you should be excited about the Spartans for the upcoming season. So let's stop stalling and start talking wrestling. What's going on, wrestling fans? My name is Josiah, and welcome to another Big Ten Tuesday topic. This week, we're talking about the Michigan State Spartans. Now, this is a team that is coming off of a losing record last season. They were 8-10 last year, but they have a lot of potential moving forward, and there are some exciting reasons why you should be excited about the team. Now, last year in particular, they did have some good wins on the season. Their 8 wins were some exciting ones. One of them coming from Oklahoma, the other, their biggest win, coming to number 4 Wisconsin at the time. That was a duel that kind of stunned a lot of the wrestling world and was absolutely a big win for Michigan State. Now, they did have some other close losses, although they were losses to Cornell as well as Michigan, but then they did have some blowouts, like you're talking about teams when they wrestled Iowa, when you're wrestling Nebraska. I mean, when you're wrestling teams in the Big Ten, your schedule just becomes that much tougher. But I do believe that this is a team that can be competitive in the upcoming season. Not just with the Big Ten, but of course with a lot of other schools. Now, as we're looking at reasons to be excited about this team, about Michigan State, you look at 4 big reasons here, and then I'll kind of dive deep into each of these reasons. But we're talking first, 8 out of 10 guys are returning. And this is big, not just for any school, but I mean for a Big Ten team to return all of these guys to the roster. That's huge to be able to, have guys that already have that mat space, have that potential to, do well is big. And a few of those guys are ranked, and I'll get to that in just a minute. The other thing, they are losing Logan Griffin and Garrett Pepple, the 125 and 133 punch. So they are losing those guys to graduation, but still a lot of guys returning. You look at the returning talent, and I say that it's surprising. And when I say that, really what I mean is it was surprising to me, the returning talent that Michigan State had coming back into this upcoming season. That's why I say it's surprising. As well as their incoming talent, it is just fresh. And no pun intended there with freshmen, but their talent is just fresh and should be, bring a lot of new light and potential to the Spartans. And then we talk about the 4th reason here, which is the future is just bright beyond 2021. And I'll kind of discuss, some of the guys that are coming into the lineup and what that could mean for the team here. So you talk about, reasons why to be excited about this. There are those 4 big reasons and that's what makes me excited about the Michigan State Spartans. Now let's talk about who we have coming back to the lineup next year. Those 8 out of 10 starters coming back to the lineup. First of all, you have Rayvon Foley, who is a 125-pounder, a junior, and actually took a red shirt last season. He is a former All-American, placed 7th at the national tournament just a couple years ago, and is a top 4 ranked guy at 125 pounds. Now, that is one impressive ranked guy right there. And as we continue to move down, we have a few even more ranked guys into the lineup from 57 all the way up to 84. We have ranked guys for Michigan State. One of those big guys is coming from Cam Caffey. Cam Caffey, what a stellar season last year. He really jumped onto the circuit and just had an impressive year. Making the Big Ten finals, although he did lose to Aaron Brooks, he had quite a match with him and had quite the season, defeating throughout the year Abe Saad, Taylor Vance, as well as Andrew Morgan, all top 10 ranked guys throughout the year. And Cam Caffey was able to come out and beat all those guys, and now he is coming into the next season ranked as a top 10 guy himself, where he deserves to be ranked. So, that is just some exciting, looking at that talent right there, some exciting ranked guys. And then we talk about some of the incoming guys. Why else should you be excited about Michigan State? Well, we have some incoming talent, incoming freshman, Peyton Amania, who is a 149-pounder, a redshirt freshman. He actually took a redshirt and Olympic redshirt back-to-back years, so that's why he is coming in as a redshirt freshman, taking that Olympic redshirt last year to train for the 2020 Olympics. Now, he is a guy who's placed bronze at the Junior World Tournament in Greco and has, done well on a world level. So that's one reason to be excited about him. He had a 19-6 freshman record when he did have that redshirt year. A couple other guys here, Jordan Crace, he was 9-1 last year, with his only loss coming to Cole Matthews of Pitt, which is an acceptable loss, in a redshirt year. He's 149-pounder. And then one other really exciting guy, which will bring so much excitement to Michigan State from Wrestling Fans Worldwide is Chase Saldate. Chase Saldate, 157-pounder, a true freshman, probably not going to make the lineup this year. He's likely going to take that redshirt year. Never know. But looking into future years, this is why I say the future is bright for Michigan State, because he's able to bring that in the future. Now, he is somebody who will likely take over at that 157 spot for Tucker in 2021 after he graduates. He is the #1 guy at 152 pounds and a state champion out of Gilroy High School. He's coached by Daniel Cormier, as well as he's trained with Khabib. So, I mean, he's just been training with a lot of these UFC guys, which is big time training for him, which is insane. He is won Super 32 Reno tournament champions, as well as Doc B. He has placed in at so many other tournaments, but he's a top 10 recruit out of the class of 2020, and somebody who you should be looking forward to, not just for Michigan State, but really somebody coming onto the scene, on the college scene in the next couple of years. You also have Tristan Lujan, who is a 125-pounder, true freshman, state champ. And then there's just so many other freshmen, some really in-house state talent out of Michigan, with many state champions coming out of Michigan and going straight into Michigan State, which will be big for the Spartans. Now, these are some reasons that I believe you should be excited for the upcoming year, but will they be able to compete with some of these other schools? Look, it's going to be tough to compete against schools like Penn State and Iowa and Ohio State, but I think that Michigan State is going to be competitive against like Illinois, Minnesota, even a Rutgers. I think they have a lot of talent moving into the future, especially since they're not graduating a lot of guys. So what do you think about the Michigan State Spartans?